At this time, let's welcome another champion working for the rights of English learners at the national level to provide a CABE 2015 greeting, the Assistant Deputy Secretary of OELA, the Office of English Language Acquisition in the United States Department of Education. Please welcome Dr. Libia Gil.
Thank you. Good morning. And I have to start by recognizing and thanking both Dr. Wang and also Dr. Steinman for their incredible legacy for us to implement and follow through on. I will be saying a few more things about the work ahead of us later on this afternoon in another session. So I'm here bringing greetings from chilly Washington, D.C., and I am not talking about the weather only. We did close down our office. The whole city was shut down, in fact, yesterday. So to say that I am thrilled to be here in the warmth of this room, as well as for many of you, you know that this is home for me. So I am just delighted, really honored and privileged, in particular, that I am here representing the Secretary of Education, Arne Duncan, whom many of you heard his message already, and know that he is absolutely committed and genuine in his message of support for English language learners. Again, I will give you some examples very specifically on work that we are looking forward to that hopefully will not only help everyone here in this room, but most importantly, support the success of our English learners. This is a celebratory occasion, and I too reflected as I thought about 40 years and what that means from my own personal journey as an educator, particularly in California. I started my teaching career in the LA Unified School District. How many of you are familiar? And of course, over the 40-year of work, from teacher to superintendent of a school district around, close by here, Chula Vista, I have personally participated and observed the impressive work that the local chapters, the regional chapters, and obviously the state efforts to support English learners to always be the advocate for the rights of all of our students and making sure that the meaning of Lau v. Nichols has been implemented as to the best of our ability. Now, we all know that there's been difficult challenges, to say the least, for education in general, particularly in this state, and particularly, I think, for bilingual educators. There's particular strengths and skills that you bring as a bilingual committed educator, and sometimes we have found ourselves in very hostile environments. And in that journey, CABE has always stood out as a very consistent, powerful voice, a resilient voice, focused relentlessly, regardless of the situation we find ourselves in, to provide support. I think it's absolutely critical that we see everybody in this room representing not only your role as educators, but also representing a variety and a host of organizations, and some of them we heard from this morning. So the power of convening partnerships and understanding that this is a collaborative effort, this is a together effort to truly make a difference for our students. So I want to acknowledge that we often talk about it takes a village. I'd like to use the metaphor of a full orchestra is needed to really play a beautiful symphony. And although every person in this room I know has been actively involved in making a contribution, I do recognize that in a well-orchestrated performance of a symphony, there's only one conductor. So if you can indulge me for a minute, and hopefully the camera isn't on here, because in my rush to to leave DC, I did not pack everything I wanted to pack. And if you can pretend and visualize with me that this is actually a well-bound certificate, that I am going to call out one special person who is the leader for CABE yesterday, today, and tomorrow, because Jan is not only leading CABE to great power and influence in impacting what's happening in California. Please know that we in DC at the federal level is looking to this organization for your thinking, your thoughts, to inform our actions. So I really want to, where are you, Jan? Is Jan in the room? Oh, she's in the back. I want to publicly express our gratitude on behalf of the department for this incredible, and it's kind of significant that she's in the back, right? Because she is the quiet strength of this organization. And in fact, if you don't already know, CABE is considered a national voice for English learners. CABE, because of Jan's work, is part of what we have established, a very powerful group of the English Learners Roundtable, the national organizations, NEA, AFT, AASA, a whole variety, NABE, TESOL, a very, very strong national organization. And I have to remind everyone that it is not because you're in California. Actually, what you think about is California is the model in leading the way. So I'm going to be sending something in the mail to Jan on behalf of our department, and know that it is representative of our gratitude to all of you for continuing to value what we know is absolutely critical to the success, not only of our children in our community, but to the success of our nation. And that is to really include and respect and elevate the assets of our English learners, who bring to us a richness of linguistic and cultural diversity. So I want to thank all of you, and I want to thank Jan especially. Sorry, you won't get it anymore.
Thank you, Assistant Deputy Secretary Libia Gil.